Hey there, viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom Inferno. Now, this guy is, well, obviously a retool of Grapple from Earthrise. And well, I actually prefer this guy over Grapple, but we'll get into why later on. For now, let's have a look at the packaging for this guy. So yeah, like all the Kingdom boxes, we've got artwork of the character in both modes. We got the name in both English and Cybertronian, which I think is really cool. We got Inferno gushing water. Okay. I mean, it is the end of November as of the time of recording, so a bit early than Inferno. Well, jokes aside, he's a Voyager class, as was Grapple. The other side, we've got all the characters that are in this toy line. Plus the Golden Disc, which, well, the recent Golden Disc collection is pretty cool, although, well, I don't really have any of the figures pre-ordered, so like I'm not made of money, okay? But well, we got Inferno in both modes. We got him in fire truck mode and his robot mode. And well, that's pretty much it for the box. And well, taking a look at the fire engine mode, well, definitely resembles Inferno's vehicle mode back in G1. So I'd argue that it's probably a little bit more boxy, although that's probably just me. I mean, we will have a comparison with G1 Inferno later on, so you can have a look for yourself. We'll have a full-on 360. We can see that the back here is hollow, and if you look, you can sort of see the robot's face in that gap there, which I don't really care for, but well. We can see that the wings here are just on the sides. Instead of being separate pieces. One thing that is a separate piece, however, are the hoses. These come separately. Well, these are separate from Inferno in the box. You just have to attach them yourself. Although they don't really play into the transformation, so yeah. Having a look at the underneath, well, not really much to say. There's no robot kibble under there. Now, this guy does have vehicle mode abilities, surprisingly enough, and it's all in the ladder. It can go side to side, and it can ratchet. So yeah. Now for accessories for this mode, well, you get this hose here that attaches onto the ladder section, like so. You get this little nozzle. You get this nozzle which is just like the one that Grapple had. And this can go directly onto the ladder. Just have to line it up with a little slot here. And of course, I'm on camera, so I'm making a fool of myself doing it. There we go. And finally, we get this gun, which is just like Grapple's gun. That just goes right onto the side there. And now we have him fully armed. I don't know why a fire engine will be fully armed unless these are ready. Unless these are ready to shoot water. Okay, I suppose. But yeah, and that's pretty much it for the vehicle mode. Just moving my headphone. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the vehicle mode. So, for comparison, here he is with the original Inferno, or in this case, the commemorative reissue. So we can fully compare them. And right off the bat, we can see that the hoses and the ladder are a completely different color. Because with this guy, they're white, and with this guy, they're gray. I mean, okay then. We can see that Kingdom Inferno is actually lower down. Once again, sure. The stabilizer is black instead of chrome. The arms, well, the arms don't have the little side detailing that the G1 figure has. Sides of the G1 vehicle mode don't have the wings, obviously, because they're a separate piece. And well, Kingdom Inferno can't do this. If anything, he does the opposite with the ladder pushing in. Also, Kingdom Inferno doesn't have the little seek bit. So yeah. So they actually are a bit different from each other. But well, not completely different at least. Next up, here he is with the original mold, Grapple. Pretty much the only differences are the colors, the fact that this guy's got added hoses, the added wings, and the crane arm being replaced with the ladder. So yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the vehicle mode. I mean, it does differ a little bit from G1 Inferno, but it's still a pretty good vehicle mode. And well, let's get on to the transformation. And well, seeing how this is a Voyager class figure, I'm gonna have to raise my camera for this. So, just give me a moment. Okay then. So, this guy transforms just like Grapple, although there is a slight change that actually improves the figure, in my opinion. So, just gonna start by removing the accessories. Next, we're gonna try and push the ladder into here. There we go. That was quite hard to do, and I don't know why my phone's shaking a lot. Well, to start, just untab the arms here and lift all this. Then fold the arms forwards. Oh. Swivel them around. Now, on Grapple, this was an issue. So, just unpeg the legs here. And on Grapple, the pegs would snap off and just stay stuck in the holes here. But with Inferno, that issue's actually been fixed. If you can see, the pegs have actually been shortened, so they're pretty much not going to snap off in there. So you can transform this guy as many times as you want, and it's not going to break it at all, which is amazing. I'm so glad they fixed that issue. And it's the reason why I prefer this guy over Grapple. But we'll just get this armature bit out of the way. Transform the feet. Get the arms down. Flip the head around, just like the G1 Inferno. Then just accordion all this. Attach this on. Then flip the ladder around to the back. Then just take the hands. And just rotate them around. For now, let's have both hands out. There we go. And get the wings out. And here we have Inferno in his robot modes. And yeah, it does transform exactly like Grapple does, but the pegs being shortened makes it much more fun to transform because, well, it's definitely not going to break anymore. So having a 360. Yeah, the ladder's still on the back, but it was like that on the G1 figure, so I don't mind. Unfortunately, there's no like back combat port, so I wish they somehow implement that onto the ladder or something, or maybe just like onto the armature. But oh well. Now taking a look at the head. They also remolded the head so it looks more like Inferno, which is amazing. Plus the wings, which I forgot to show, are new to this version of the figure. And well, if we just give him his weaponry, well, we can fold up one of his hands, put the nozzle in, we can put the hose in right here, and now we can just put the gun in right here, and now he's ready to start putting out fires. And well, with the aid of I can't speak. With the aid of blast effects, he can do that. Unfortunately, I only have the ones that come with aimless, and these look more like fire. So, and see how Inferno normally puts out fires? Well, you see how this creates an issue. But there is another Inferno who starts fires, who is somehow absent from Kingdom, despite it being a Beast Wars themed toy line. So, here's a bit of headcanon that I've thought up. The reason why Beast Wars Inferno isn't in Kingdom is because, well, what if he's possessing G1 Inferno's body? Yeah, it's stupid, but, well, remember, the Universe Inferno toy, which is just a red alert colored RID Prowl, was Beast Wars Inferno possessing a character, so why not do the same here? I mean, it can give a reason to why Beast Wars Inferno is not in Kingdom. Yeah, it's stupid. But it's still a cool bit of headcanon, and, well, I just like it, okay? The idea of Beast Wars Inferno possessing G1 Inferno's body, so, you know, I don't know where I'm going anymore. Let's just continue the video before I ramble on about some weird fanfiction thing that someone's probably going to start. But yeah, if you have blast effect ports that blast effects that actually look like water, then this would fit much better. Otherwise, they can either go on. One can go on his chest here, so he can get shot in the chest. There's one right on his arm. And there's even one right on the foot. So he can quote the SpongeBob dude and just go, "My leg!" Hell, there's even one on the back of the apparatus thing here. So if he wants to get shot in the back, he can. And while these three were all on the these three ports were on Earthrise Grapple, I'm pretty sure this one's a new addition. And speaking of which, let's do some comparisons. Here we have Commemorative Inferno. I mean, it's definitely more detailed with the stickers. I do like how you can have a nozzle in one arm, just like the original, so that's a nice callback. I kind of wish that the ladder and the wings and everything else that's grey was white, but oh well. Also, something I just noticed, G1 Inferno only has one hose here, whereas with Kingdom Inferno, he's got two hoses on both sides. It's just something I noticed. Has anyone else noticed this, or is it just me? I don't know. Well, here's the comparison that, well, I'm more interested of seeing. Grapple with Inferno. So we can see all the mold changes. Well, we can see that aside from the head and the wings, not much. It's pretty much just this section that's changed. Just keep in mind, this section was also changed as well. But, well, let's compare the peg system. See, with Grapple, it's, well, quite fragile looking because it's pretty long. With Inferno, you don't have to worry about that. Plus, I did see on my copy of Grapple, it broke off into one of the ports, so I can't use the laser feet system that I came up with. But Inferno, yep, he can have the laser feet both ports, which is amazing. So yeah. Now finally, let's do the articulation for this guy. Well, the head can go side to side. It's a bit tricky to do though, because it's in this little cabinet. The arms can rotate, but well, the wing can get in the way. The elbow can go up, obviously. It can swivel. And there's no wrist swivel, but it can... Well, he can break his wrist. And of course, the T-pose to assert dominance on fire. Or maybe to replicate that pose in one of the comics where he's like overheating. It's probably not the exact pose. I'm just trying to remember. But moving on, he's got a waist swivel. Legs can go forward. They can go back that far. Pretty tight knee bend. Of course, you can do the splits. I'll just get the arms out the way for this. Yeah, he can do the splits, and he does have an ankle pivot. So yeah. And oh yeah, and his can swivel as well. No, that's pretty much all I have to say about the figure, but well, I forgot to show the card at the beginning, so let's do that now. The card I got was of, well, it's Dinobot again. I've got like 3 of these cards now, and if we peel this, yeah, we can see that he goes from being a Predacon to turning into a Maximal, just like in the Beast Wars series. I feel like we should have had a Destiny for Dinobot where he sacrifices himself and dies, because that was an episode in the Beast Wars series. Man, Code of Hero was a really good episode. But well, going back to this figure, complaints. Well, I don't like how the wings, ladder, and the hoses are grey instead of white, but there's probably a good reason why they did it. So I'm also not a fan of how tight the knees are. Although I think that's specific to some copies, I'm not sure. But well, those are my only complaints, because overall, this guy is an improvement over Grapple. I mean, seriously. So, do I recommend Inferno? Well, definitely. I mean, as I just said, he's an improvement over Grapple in several ways. Mainly, this guy fixes the peg issue that Grapple had, so he's much more fun to transform. Sorry, my brain just blacked out there. Also, unlike Grapple, where you didn't have a place to put all the accessories, because you see Grapple also has this claw, Inferno can actually, well, have all of his accessories showing in robot mode. Because you see with Grapple, I just have his nozzle right here, because, well, I don't have, and I have nowhere else to put it, so, but well, with Inferno, I can have the nozzle showing, so yeah, that's definitely an improvement as well. And well, I just think Inferno's the cooler character overall, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, I do recommend this figure. Whether it's G1 Inferno himself or Beast Wars Inferno possessing G1 Inferno, this is a really cool figure. So yeah, that's pretty much my review on Kingdom Inferno, and this is Charlie Young, signing off.